changes.
Life. Life.
I was fine when you held my hand. I was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human. And then the world came after. And I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong. Started it
Welcome, AB. We are back tonight with your Pandemonium League, our draft league. I am joined here with Elusive. Monique, how are you doing tonight, and are you ready for these games?
Doing really well. I mean, we had a great week one to kick things off. Was really excited with a lot of the games, a lot of huge plays being made, a lot of them by the sniper rifle. So I'm
Okay.
excited to see what's
Yeah.
going to be in store for
Cool.
us
So
tonight as we
kind
do
of like
have some new
Aquarius,
teams
like
in
you just gotta
action,
leave that
Dill.
one corner
How
open.
excited are you tonight, Dissector?
I'm excited. So it looks like Team One is going to be, they're going to have four subs on the team, which is pretty unprecedented. They're going to have Venom, Majesty, Dr. Grady, and Rondon. What's interesting about that is there are two mouse and keyboard players on this team, Venom and Rondon. So I'm really excited to see what they do, especially with Satsira on the other team. We saw him week one, blading people with his sniper rifle, making plays, and that's really gonna be a factor when you look at the map. Do you see what map we're on?
I do. I have the maps pulled up, and it's interesting that we do have a little bit of a change of pace as opposed to what we saw last week with some of the maps. So, what are you most excited for? I'm going to put you on the spot here. What game type? And of course, we'll get into some predictions out of you, but what game type? We'll start with that.
I mean, it's obviously got to be Argyle. Look at this. We haven't played this map in a minute. It has been out of the competitive rotation for at least over a season, and this was one of my favorite maps. As you know, I love the sniper rifle. I think everyone does. And this map really grew on people. It started out in the game. It had fusion coils on it. It had six different weapons. The competitive community hated it. But by the end of the map, everyone came around, and it's one of the most competitive maps in the game. I think almost all the pros love it. So I'm excited to see it back in the rotation and see how these teams adapt after not playing it for so long.
That's really interesting. I do have to ask you because you talked about some of the community getting a little bit slower to adapt to some maps.
Mhm.
Lattice, we got to talk about that a little bit. Do you feel like there could be some type of similarities? I know you and I have played a ton of Lattice recently and all the game types. I see from social media and just kind of feedback here and there from people, a lot of them favoring Strongholds and Oddball, a lot of hate for King of the Hill. But what do you think
Mhm.
about the map altogether? You think it's going to play out well competitively?
I'm not sure. I don't love it from what I've played so far. I mean, I do think it's pretty fun, casually, just in matchmaking. But I got to scrim on it more to see personally. But I just feel like it's so snowbally. I'm not a massive fan of it, but we'll see what happens. That's the thing in Halo. There's a lot of cycles where a lot of people initially, when one person hates on it, more people start to join in and start disliking it. But we'll see how it fares. But for now, we are loading into your first map, ladies and gentlemen. We have
Just own it.
the ship of
Just own
Theseus.
it.
The ship of Theseus. I knew it. I just when you put me on the spot like that, Theseus. Listen, they're here. They're here to slay the Minotaur, and that Minotaur tonight, I think, is going to be Sot Sira. What do you think?
I mean, if he has any type of a game like he did last week, especially when we were playing on Live Fire, then we're in store for a treat. So, yeah, it's such a throwback with Argyle loading in. I just for a second had a little bit of flashbacks from some of the snipes that
Hmm.
you were hitting last time we saw you on Argyle. So we'll see
Hmm.
how things pan out in here.
Definitely. And it's going to be interesting because no skill all will. They are a full squad, and like I said, the ship of Theseus, four substitutes on the team. I doubt they've played together before. We have Satsira showing already that he is the mouse and keyboard legend. He hits some nice BR shots across the map. He hits that grapple, and he wants to get in the action right away.
I mean, it's not a surprise whatsoever to see that. He is more aggressive in terms of his play style. We always talk about him with the snipe in his hands, but his bandit has really, I'd say, come a long way. He's hitting quite a few shots.
He is, and we got a big 1v1 boss versus Dr. Grady. Boss comes out on top, and there's the reed dead for the ship of Theseus. And Boss trying to overextend. He's got a snipe, and look at the ammo on it. He's got 11 bullets to work with. And I'd say Final Boss is the second best sniper on his team. Let's see if he can do something here.
I don't know if you'd be happy to hear the second best sniper. We'll see. Maybe he'll just prove you wrong right here, hitting some shots, as he does have, as you mentioned, a ton of ammo.
Yeah, like I said, look at that. I teamed with Final Boss, and we won the Upper Panda League last season. And I'll tell you, we were in our game 14. It was a 3-hour series. Last game, Boss hit eight snipes in a row to help us secure the win. So Boss definitely knows how to use that weapon. He's trying to get info. Oh my god, Boss says I'm the best on the team. Blaine's a player on the other team going for another, and I might have to take it back. Boss is looking really sharp right now.
Yeah, I mean, for him to be able to see that player from that angle, I wonder if it's my
Crazy.
eyesight, I wonder if it's my monitor, a combination of both. But it took me a second to see it, but it did not take Boss a second as he was able to land that nice
Yeah.
shot, as you mentioned.
Could be your age. No.
Well, we
And
don't
we're
talk about our age here.
and we look at this. It's final boss just trying to hold down the mid. And as we know in Argyle, holding down the lights are really important. You know, it's a map where you really have to hold the 50, get a set of slays, and get another set of slays to pull the flag. Boss repositioning, and look at this. He's still got 8 bullets to work with. Make that 7 as he gets on the killing spree. Looking for more. He gets flanked, and unfortunately, Majesty takes him down. And Majesty might get to work with the sniper, but he goes down, and Venom's going to be the last player for the Theseus.
You know, it is interesting too, as you were talking about kind of holding the 50 and trying to push forward to get that type of pressure in the opponent's base. That's why we tend to see these going to overtime sometimes to get even one cap on the map. But kind of when you do have a setup and you hold it and it is pretty strong, you can get a couple caps in rotation as long as you keep those opponents on that spawn.
No, definitely. It's just a matter of execution. And you know, I like to say it's like soccer. These maps can go on for so long without a score or can be 1-0, but it's really intense because you know every mistake, you know, 1 or 2 bad mistakes can really cost you because it's so hard to capitalize on coming back and getting another opportunity.
So we do see Sniper kind of looking for some angle with Venom 15, trying to find a place to really, maybe not perch up, but try to get a good angle on some of the enemies in here. But yeah, being able to have those nades thrown at him kind of pushes them out of position and then gets traded out pretty easily. So it's tough, it's difficult, because you don't want to play too far back and put your teammates in a little bit of a hole, but you don't want to play overly aggressive too, because sometimes you get a ton of ammo with that snipe.
Yeah, you definitely want to hold high ground with that sniper. You saw Venom go down because he was low. Same thing with Rondon right there. But Venom, he somehow gets the sniper back, and this man is not just M&K, he's on the Azeron, the Power Glove. Definitely one of the best snipers I know. He gets a nice slay, looking for more, but gets taken down by a nade. Satsira, this is just snipe galore, Monique.
Second best on his team, or is he the best sniper on his team?
I'd say Satsira is just because M&K is cheating. But he's going to go for a mid-flag run. I like him dropping it and continuing to slay. He knows that they don't have enough slays here. Satsira just looking for more. He catches one player off guard. Can he hit it? He hits one. Can he hit the headshot? He takes him down. And he's just going to try and live back flag. I like this play with the grapple. Just extending his life, but he runs out of it. He does not extend his life anymore. And you see the shake of the head. He's disappointed in that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he made a great play, and a great play that unfortunately didn't work to his advantage. But yeah, I do like that he did drop the flag and didn't continue with that run, because we could kind of see, you know, having the advantage of seeing where everyone is on the map. We knew position-wise it likely wasn't going to end up in a cap, but it didn't work out in his favor with the grapple. But what do you think? How do you see how this is playing out so far? Any one team you're favoring in particular in terms of maybe getting the first cap?
Yeah, I think the team with the lead, no skill, all will, they have that lead now, and I think that by itself favors them. You know, it's so hard to cap on this map, where especially Ship of Theseus, as we know, they're all subs, they don't have chemistry. They're gonna have to do a lot of work to get a cap here. And as we see here, I think both snipers are up. If we get on board with one of them, we've seen some crazy shots hit this game.
We've been spoiled. We really have with the sniper rifle, and you mentioned it too. I mean, in the competitive scene, to really show dominance on the top level teams, you don't see a ton of mouse and key, but we're seeing it right here. Just the advantages of being able to put the sniper rifle in the hands of a player that has a little bit of an advantage with the sniper being on that mouse and keyboard.
And here we go, Venom again, another M&K Azeron player just taking space at the 50, trying to pin a player back, and Rondon gets the slay. And Venom just holding the bottom part of the map, trying to follow up on his teammate who died. He knows the positioning, he wants that sniper back, but Boss, he plays it, but no, Venom plays himself, and that's a play he's going to want back.
Yeah, he saw the sniper rifle and his eyes got really big. Just wanted to be able to make some plays, but yeah, it's unfortunate. We saw that with the grapple play earlier too. Just maybe a little bit overly aggressive at this point.
Yeah, the final boss just trying to play defense on his flag to go down for Ship of Theseus, so he can probably take space right there. That's what he opts to do. And this is a power spot on the map, the Vince, but he gets caught off guard by Rondon. Rondon, he's really come a long way. You know, he used to be a plat player, I believe. Was not very good at the game, if I'm going to be honest, and now he's progressed a lot. He's pretty solid, and if he's your fourth best player, he's a very good fourth to have.
You know, we talk about that too. There are a lot of players that I always say the only way you can get better is to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations and those lobbies where you are the worst
That's
player
my favorite
in
quote.
the lobby.
That's my favorite saying.
You know, you have a few favorite sayings that I've stolen a couple of mine, but I know that's up there with you. But yeah, I mean, he really has come a long way, and that's what happens when you're in lobbies like that. And he's making plays, and look at his stats too. I know stats don't tell the whole story, but to be there with those double-digit kills already on his team, that really is a testament to how far he's grown.
Definitely contributing, and someone we haven't seen with the sniper yet. Bryce, he gets a kill, gets taken down rather quickly though. That snipe's gonna go to Majesty, straight blitzed with the grapple rifle, trying to put pressure on the other side. I wonder if he can get this kill. He's just gonna opt to keep the pressure up, takes some damage with the nade, and he's just trying to live on the other team's side.
You know, it is interesting too because we talked about how big this map is and how you don't see a ton of flag caps, and we do see 1-0 for no skill all will. But kind of looking at it too, it's kind of sometimes they can get into one of those like double-edged sword scenarios where do you want to play overly aggressive? Do you maybe want to play a little bit closer back? I know we want to control the 50 ideally, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So it's going to be interesting to see how they try to close this out because right now, how would you say that they're playing it?
I would say I like it. It's very hard to be over aggressive because the map is so big. So I mean, if they take you down, you can just come off spawn at your side, you know? So it's really about holding the 50. Once you have that 50, there's no reason not to move forward. So as you can see, they're getting another pull right here.
Another pull, would you say this is a good pull on their end, or
I like it. I don't know if I like taking it the long haul right there, though. In Rondon, on top of that, you rarely see that work. Usually you want to take it through the PCs, get a bit quicker of a cap, get more support from your teammates, but they're keeping this flag alive. Two go dead for each team. Yeah, great kill in Majesty. Trying to chase it down, but he's probably going to end up being the last player, as Venom should be taken down here. Both trying to work the PCs, but it looks like no skill is onto them. But hold up, 4 dead for no skill.
4 dead.
And they steal the sniper rifle, Majesty. Maybe their aggression will not pay off. They get 4 taken down, and they could get punished right here.
Yeah, looking for spawners with that sniper rifle, unable to spot one right away. But we're looking at it too. It's interesting though, as we do have the flag pulled out. I wonder if this is going to be one of those slays, kind of forget about the flag, or if it's going to be a rally play in here, as we do have Sniper Rifle watching it right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give it up, which is really unfortunate because time starts to become a factor right here. 2:30 left in the game. Ship of Theseus really needs to make something happen.
It's tough. It's tough when you keep getting 1 dead, 2 dead, and that kind of snowball, as you mentioned. Of course, got to get the flag out, and then we do have the opportunity when you do have the flag out for sudden death, and that's always interesting. But yeah, with your backs up against the wall, it's not really the map you want to be on to try to get a quick flag cap.
And that's something we don't see often. The Needler Satsira putting it to full use, gets a nice kill. Gonna keep the pressure, gets a nice sticky repulse. I don't know if it's gonna work though. He's gonna get taken back. He's gonna get taken down right here. Maybe he survives somehow. And Satsira, he's a legend if he lives and he achieves that legend status right there. Gonna keep pressure up. And this is looking really bad for Ship of Theseus.
Yeah, it's tough. You got some players that are really just, stepping up when the spotlight's the brightest, and that's what we do see out of someone like Satsira. Stats-wise, too, pretty even, but we've seen so much pressure out of no skill, all will, and that's really been, I'd say, the difference maker to this point.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Satsira gets a nice remote detonation on those frags right there. And there's 2 dead for Ship of Theseus. They really got to turn it around. Only 1 minute remaining.
We'll see as we do have, nice reversal there. Gotta live.
Final boss. 24 and 10 right now. You see him with the sniper. He did not like my comment at the beginning of the game, especially when we teamed. Yeah, he did. And he's trying to prove to everyone that he still has it. Gets another kill. Gonna get 2. Final boss showing what he can do. He's looking like he's looking like final boss from H2 right now.
He is. And again, taking that comment so personal. And I mean, he's one player, especially this map, that we do want to see the sniper in his hands. He does finally get taken down, but at what cost? As we do have 30 seconds left.
Yeah,
2-0.
there we go. And I'm going to say it with 30 seconds left. That is your dagger. No skill, all will are going to win this game 1. And I mean, that was just an impressive performance. You know, they had the slays. Almost everyone on their team going positive. Final boss going double positive. He went crazy with the snipe. And he's played his life really well. I loved how he sat on the other team side, just continued to exert pressure. And he had a great game, Monique.
You know, it was close too, because we did have the flag for Ship of Theseus pretty far along. Almost looked like they might be able to get a cap, but then you do have some players able to ice up when it really matters most. They got the re, then of course pulled it out. Didn't work out to a counter, but that type of pressure, getting the re was the difference in there. As we do have a nice game 1 out of No Skill All Well.
Yeah, just a very solid performance. Looking forward to the Slayer. We're going to be on Recharge, which, you know, for the objective long mapper like that, I think it's going to play a lot differently than a Recharge Slayer. So I really have no idea what to expect in the Slayer Recharge. But usually, like I always like to say, in the Slayers, it comes down to your power players. And Final Boss is looking good right now. And Ship of Theseus need to slow him down.
Yeah, I always love looking at the stats. I mean, stats don't tell the whole story, but the damage done, the assists, just kind of how balanced the team has looked to this point. I got to give him the edge going into the Slayer, especially with that confidence too. It's always interesting to see those categories as we are getting right into map 2. You love this, Dylan. No wasting time.
No, I
No
don't.
messing
One
around.
of my
Straight into
biggest
the
pet
edge.
peeves, Naughty Angel knows that full well. But yeah, Recharge, I think something really interesting is after the new update, active camouflage lasts for 45 seconds, which is way more than it used to be. So most of the time in a game, active camo is going to be a major effect, just setting up for it. And then once somebody takes it, they can do so much damage. Just play their life so well, take up map space. It's going to be really annoying to deal with. So whoever comes out on top of these camos is definitely going to have a huge advantage.
Yeah, and I wonder how that's going to change the opening strats in here as we have a look and we hop on board with Rondon and see how he's playing it. Take a little bit more of a passive approach, laying down some damage, able to take down, well, get assisted on some players, taking it down for the camo. But yeah, you talked about it with how lengthy it is. It's definitely going to be a factor in this map, as we do have it all tied up with... Oof, Bryce trying to go for that camo, taken down early. We do have a camouflage play here.
Yeah, we do. In Straight Blitz, I think they played the camo a little bit more aggressively off the start, and they get rewarded for it. Blitz, I think he gets behind them. He's going to try and get behind them. And he's going to get one, looking for two. Might just live for his teammate. But he gets taken down, so Atsira also going to get taken down. That's a nice break out of Ship of Theseus.
It is, and it's needed, especially early on, too. As we do have a slight lead in here. Not a ton of action to this point. Of course, that fight for that camo, we talked about that. I'm curious to see how the teams are going to play it, as opposed to for second camo, setting up for it, trying to see how things come, baiting it, so many different angles. But we got a long ways to go before we get into that, Dylan.
Yeah, pretty even game right here, 6-7. And we see Cobra side with the A setup. They're going to try to break into white. It's really difficult to break into white if there's multiple people there. And we see him get punished for it. It looks like NoSco Allwell trying to break into the A setup here. Straight Blitz with some nice plasmas. Gets the nice, that's not an insta-explode, but does a lot of damage. And Final Boss just has to live here in white.
Yeah, we saw Final Boss with a sniper in his hands being a big factor last map. What do you think of the shock in here, in this map in particular? I know you're not a huge fan of it, but do you think it's going to be a weapon we see really making a difference in this series, in this game, I'd say?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I know some people are good with the snipe, but not great with the shock, which is kind of weird. It's, a headshot only weapon. The aim assist is a little funky on it, especially after it got nerfed. I don't think we've seen anyone really utilize it yet, so I want to see somebody take it and take full advantage of it.
Yeah, so many, I'd say, power points to be able to hold it, whether it's top gold, whether it's around A, holding the cap there, maybe making it a factor. But yeah, it's interesting that it hasn't been at the forefront of these two teams' minds early on, as we've been switching back and forth in here, 15-14. It's a tight one, and not particularly surprised.
Yeah, it's just really scrappy. You notice a lot of times both teams are fighting bottom mid. It's kind of different than what we normally see, at the HCS level or in a higher tier level, because people are trying to hold down top hold, top A, hold crosses. But right here it looks like Ship of Theseus. They're holding A and C right here. They're forcing the other team long haul, and Majesty, I think he's catching on to it. Gonna read it with the green gun, gets one shot. Grady takes him down, and they have all the information right here. Majesty and co are gonna try and push this out and play a little bit more aggressive. Those nades work beautifully, and that's 2 dead for no skill all will.
Looking at it and seeing a little bit of a break here, what do you think about a listening? Any team in particular you wanna hear from?
I definitely would like to hear from No Skill All Will. I want to see how they're planning on coming back after being down 4 right now. Let's see if they can turn it around, Elusive.
My pipes. From my pipe.
Come to boss. Come back to boss. We're helping boss here. Absolutely.
And needles,
bottom A. Shit.
One shot needles.
Play my life real quick. Third. Y'all need to come to us if you can. Nice. Good cross. Read us. Nice. Dead. They'll be spawn. Landing, you're blocking C. They're gonna be spawning like gold. Attic maybe. Let's clear out attic. On me. Red pipes. On me. Red pipes here. Don't let me die here. Don't let me die. Where you at? Thank you. Alright, there might be another one in
I
gold.
wanted them to spawn there because cameras coming out.
Yeah. Another gold.
One shot triple. I'm gonna die with camo. I'm gonna burn camo right now.
Thank you. Good help.
2 bottom mid. One shot.
Third.
One triple. They both went triple.
That didn't kill him. He's still here. It's absolutely
C
behind
plat.
that stack. One C plat.
Stack.
Nice.
Long
no
haul?
spawning at A or
Gold steps, gold
Good one.
steps.
Yep, heard that.
I think.
Last.
Nothing gold steps. Maybe went long. Yeah, I just saw long.
There's one above you, I think. Last maybe. I
C
don't know.
plat, 2 of them. One
One's
back up
coming
down.
long right now.
Heard that.
One's on
Long
C
hole's
plat,
weak.
one's on long.
Absolutely
Long hole's one shot. Long hole's one shot.
I heard you long.
Everyone top A.
Oh no!
Not see
Bad
plat.
dude. Don't do that.
I need help top A.
Plat.
Got him.
Right here.
Where's that?
Nice. Let's go back to A. Back to C.
Top A right now.
Good shots on. Oh, where you at? I just
One
clear
in
like.
needles.
Hey, in whirlpool.
Guys, let's try and shoot at the same things, okay? Fight the same fight.
Yep.
Alright, let's push C together. All 3 of us here. Push
Flat, weak
together.
as shit.
Third.
We're all here.
Pushing
We're
in,
all
flying
here.
in.
Literally all here.
Right here. Bottom white. I'm just looking.
That's behind us long.
Yeah,
Behind
that's
us
you.
long.
Don't let him kill me. Nice.
What?
Alright, turn
One shot
around.
my
Play
ex.
long.
Long as weak or what?
One. He's one, yeah.
Watch for bat ledge. They have bat ledge cross. Just go back to white. Ignore that. We're gonna play A. We spawn day.
One
Look at this
long.
carbine.
Long.
Alright, we're gonna start pushing gold. We're gonna cross to A, okay? Cross it
One's
now.
weak.
Go, start pushing in. One's weak in A. Oh, we're going back to C, guys. What are we doing?
I'm going.
Okay, let's go. Alright, let's go. Cross it now.
Bottom white.
Weak bottom A. Absolute bottom A. He's, half wall.
Bye, dude.
One shot bottom white.
All right, and we are back. And Monique, what did you think of that listening?
It was really interesting because we did have him going to the break where we did see a slight lead by the Cobra side and then back and forth once again. But I really like to hear the let's make sure we're shooting the same people. Make sure we slow it down a little bit and watch each other. And that I think is really important, especially as we've been talking about all of last week and not all that much this week, this being a league where we have a lot of players that haven't played together before and a lot of uncertainty from that. It's nice to be able to kind of calm things down. What do you think of that, Dissector?
Yeah, definitely. I like that play call. I'm not sure if the team followed it. As you see, they're down a lot. I don't think they really played that together. But definitely, I think comms are the biggest difference in this league, a league where you have no chemistry. Comms are the fastest way to correct issues. It's hard. There's playstyles, there's differences, but if you're calming and small talking everything, it's hard to be on different pages. If you're telling someone, come A with me, whether it's the right play or not, if you're doing it together, it's probably not a bad play.
Yeah, And we do have the Cobra side pulling away in here, so might be in store for a 1-to-1 in terms of the series. And it's tough because I was looking at it and I thought No Skill All Will would have that type of momentum off of a pretty dominant game one, but with this being a first to three, best of three, it's first to two, I should say. It makes it really difficult, and it puts a lot of emphasis on the Slayer. And we've seen a really nice kind of break out of this team to be able to put away, hopefully, the Eagle side, and just to be able to put things together and get some of those kills in a row. We do have Dr. Grady showing his way with 17 kills, Venom 15 with 13 kills, so a lot of really strong slaying performances.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about the players when it comes to Slayers. You know, if you have a dominant player just performing and nobody can stop them, it's really difficult to win. And, you know, we thought it could be final boss. It's Dr. Grady this game with a nice 17 Venom, just a few kills behind with 14. And they're going to win this game, and we're going to get into a Game 3, our first Game 3 of the season, Monique.
It's exciting. I mean, I'm curious to see how it's going to play out, because, you know, when we do have these matches, they tend to go the way of objective, then Slayer, and then back to another objective, and it's going to be interesting. And it's tough to say, because I'm sure you would have looked at this similar to me in the sense of No Skill All Will likely having an edge after such a dominant game one, but evening things up, would you say one team over another has a particular edge?
That's a tough one, I think. I definitely think No Skill might be the more talented team, but Ship of Theseus, they look really cohesive in this Slayer, so... But at the end of the day, the first objective was pretty dominant out of No Skill. And we're on a Stronghold's live fire, which is very objective-based, but it's also very teamwork-based, and you saw the teamwork right there out of Ship of Theseus, so it's really a toss-up in my opinion.
It's tough because we were talking about how good the comms did sound in terms of playing it together, but it was the execution that I feel like really lacked. Maybe slowing things down would have worked to their advantage, but so early on in the season that just being able to play together more, it kind of could work both ways. Just being able to have more games, to be able to build that chemistry, and to get that teamwork down. That's something that sometimes comes natural, but sometimes takes a little bit of work. As we do have the stats pulled up. Any big shockers? Anything stand out to you in a positive or negative way when we look at the scoreboard?
Just like I said, Dr. Grady going huge right there. 18 and 11. That was a nice scoreline out of him. Boss did end up performing with some stats. He had 14 and 11 for the other side, but just not enough for his team. And we're going to get right into this Strongholds game. Live Fire Oddball is all about out-rotating your opponents. So I'm really interested to see, you know, both teams have played so scrappy tonight. It's going to be really interesting.
I wonder if they have gone over something like how they want to play the map in particular. What are the opening strats? I do wonder. It would be interesting to kind of check in with them after and see, especially how they do choose to play things early on, because it's important to be able to solidify certain things, like especially the sniper rifle early on, get that map, maybe go for an early cap. I wonder what the strategy is going to be out about these two teams.
Yeah, and we're going to see Bryce coming big door right here. It looks like they might try and hit the B side. He's going to hit back B, going for the QT right away. I like this play. I don't like him not getting a ton of info right here. He should be saying that B's clear, except for one person. And just trusting his team to take the other side of the map as he's going for the hill right away.
Yeah, I like it. I figured we'd see a little bit of an early cap. I mean, I guess that's one way to really, for, I guess, this team, be able to carry all the momentum for Ship of Theseus, but for No Skill All Will, going 3 down early on. We'll see. I mean, it's tough because this is one of those game types where you really want to hold, would you say, mostly just the two of them. Sometimes you can get a trip cap and things work out that way, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see as we do have a nice kill out of Bryce as he's able to move around the map a little bit, but still really watching that B stronghold, which is going to be pivotal in a match like this.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say definitely the strategy is to take 2 and take 3 when you have numbers. You don't want to take 3 if you don't have the numbers. I love Bryce using that QT right there. I think QT is underused on this map, especially in leagues like this. So it's really nice to see it being utilized. Tatsira here showing off the new carbine. What do you think about this weapon, Elusive? Do you like it?
I tend to avoid it early on, especially with how noisy it is. I mean, it is very, very distracting.
You appreciate your
when shot
eardrum.
by it. I really do. That's one thing I'm sure we'll be seeing nerfed, hopefully, sound-wise, in the early update. But yeah, Carbine's been a weapon where you're able to get those shots, and I mean, if you're able to hit it cleanly, being able to just switch, especially if you run out of ammo early on in the Bandit, could really work to your advantage. Have you had a chance to use it enough, Dissector, to really form a strong opinion?
Yeah, I don't know if it's too crazy. I think it's about the same time to kill as the Bandit, but it's nice because the rate of fire is so fast. You can de-scope someone really effectively. So I tend to like it at range, up close. I mean, it's just a pretty effective weapon overall. Just like no skill all will being very effective right now on an 81 point run right now. Ship of Theseus has no answer for this.
Yeah, able to get those strongholds early on, and that's the advantage of it. That's why I was so curious to see who would be the aggressor early to try to get those early caps, because when you're playing with a team that you don't have that chemistry with instantly, or you haven't had that experience with, it's very difficult to break a setup, and we haven't been able to see that yet, as we do have 104-0 as the score.
Yeah, Monique, I want to go ahead and get a listen in with No Skill All Will. I want to see if they can continue this momentum. I just want to hear how this comms are sounding.
I'm gonna go back and tower. No, sniper's up. Push sniper real quick. Nice, that's one down. I should be able to get it. I got sniper. I'm gonna go back to tower.
I got duo.
Make sure to watch them dummies.
Two of them though.
Or that. Just play it back, guys. Let me get snipes.
No.
Play safe. Play safe. Just call him out for me.
B is kind of open right now.
Fedor, two of
Alright,
them.
where are we dying? Where are we dying? Fedor? Alright.
One's in B.
He's pushed stick. He's stick. He's right behind you, Bryce.
I killed B, but I can't get the
One
reset on
cuts.
it.
Alright,
He's
we're
going
falling
C.
apart here. Let's see, let's see.
Dummy's one shot. Dummy's one shot.
See one
Hey,
shot.
dummies. I got the C. We could A.
Back B.
B. Back B.
Absolute A. Heard your back B.
I got your help on sand.
He's on pillars.
Pillars.
Red pillars.
Sandbags one. Dead.
Absolute pillars. No one backs. No one backs. Ah, missed it. Fuck. He's absolute back green.
One shot back B, but I'm one shot.
You should be able to push that, guys.
Corner.
Okay.
Nest box.
Try
Training.
and fight the same points, guys. Try and fight the same points. We're gonna play for B if we can. We don't have enough. I'm going back to C.
How's he not dead?
One nest box.
Good shot.
Alright, just one here. Now we play for B. Now we play for B. Okay, just be annoying.
I got
guys.
sniper.
Fedor.
We got sniper in B.
Yeah, I think he's backed out. Pushing. Yep, I'm white whale.
I'm one shot. I can help you right now.
Back B. One shot.
For that. He's absolute. Get an angle on that.
He's in the hole.
Two sandbags.
Sand,
Two
no,
sand.
pillars.
How did that?
One shot pillar.
There's gonna be two there, secure. Nice, just lucky.
So that's too
I'm on
far.
10.
Alright, let's just get it here. One at bags, one at bags.
One's in A.
I'm going for small window. He just saw me. Yep.
2 in A. 2 in A.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, back from the listening. I mean, you and I were talking a little bit about it. You made a few comments that stood out. Of course, being able to live around that small window, that was pretty pivotal. And we do have some points on the board, whereas before we entered the listening, we had none on the board out as Ship of Theseus. So what do you think? Looks like they might be able to get the C strongholds. We're already having B taken down, but what are your thoughts?
I think No Skill All Will just being more aggressive right now, and it's paying off. They're keeping them kind of down off their spawn. And it's paying off as you see a nice stick out of Satsira right there. They're continuing to put pressure on the map. As we see though, Ship of Theseus about to score some points. They're doing an AC. They're losing C right now. And No Skill All Will continuing to rack up points, just in the fight for B. All Skill gets a nice kill. This is really scrappy right now. I want to do something unconventional. I want to get right into another listening with Ship of Theseus right now.
Enemy team scoring.
There's 2 in A. 3 in A. There's 1 in A.
Enemy team
Yeah, because we went C.
Wait, why don't we see?
No idea.
Yeah, if you spawn C, I guess, I mean, we're just gonna play this game plan. Like, just fucking get the fuck out of C as fast as possible. Pillars. Pillars dead. God, get shit on, boss.
There's one in A, one in A. Alright,
Enemy
A,
team
I don't know where you went.
scoring.
I killed him.
Okay. Good shots.
Alright, Grady, where at?
Nest. Pillar door is
Yeah,
weak.
Training's hurt. One shot. Dead. I don't know I'm getting shot for. Oh, thank you. Huge kill.
One more.
I traded.
Top mid, one shot.
That's the last one. Last one, top mid.
In the hole.
Oh. Never mind.
He's dead.
It wasn't top. Yeah, it was B.
I'm just listening to callouts. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, there was
I was
one
like,
top mid.
I look. Oh.
He's going nest hurt. 2 shots. Majesty, that's you.
Good call.
Dice, I guess?
Wow,
Yeah,
what
dice.
a nade. Yeah.
One shot dice.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
one
They
shot.
have invis. Damn it. Oh, they got invis at turbo.
Bags.
Bags is
God
one.
damn it,
He
I'm-
went top
I'm
mid.
red board.
Another one, Sand.
So we had back-to-back listen-ins, and what we heard early on from that listen-in was them not favoring the C side. And it was difficult for them to hold, that being Ship at Theseus, but they were able to rack up some nice points and make this a ball game. What do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, I think typically you want the C setup. C's really, it's usually pretty easy to hold. C, B is a very strong setup. You know, everything comes down to what kind of team you are and what you prefer. And it's probably difficult to know what your style is, especially when you have 4 different subs on the team. So Rondon clearly not happy to see they're not going to go for it. And it looks like No Skill, they know what they want to control though, and that's why they're in the lead right here.
Yeah, and it is really, I'd say, especially because you mentioned with all the subs, just not really knowing your teammates, how they play. It is what you really prefer and what you favor, but they were holding it really nice when they were holding that A and B setup. So we'll see if they're able to maybe get a cap here, as we do have quite a few enemies taken down. So Satsira here, we see getting the reset on the stronghold, but it is Ship at Theseus able to maybe score some more points in here.
Like Suds here is just coming to help his teammate. They're going for an AC setup right here. Kind of underrated, but it can work very well. Suds here just trying to lock down sandbags with his teammate, but his teammate goes down. Suds here trying to keep the pressure up, gets one, looking for 2, he gets taken down, and that's going to be really bad, especially with the sniper coming up. Bryce is in a 1v2 for it, he's backed up, and Ship of Theseus should have control of the sniper right here.
Yeah, but do they have control of A? That is the big question here, as we do see a few players angling towards the sandbags B position here, able to get a nice kill, able to be taken down early on. So good hold from that B stronghold there, as it is chaos which is ensuing in here.
Yeah, you notice this Panda League, it's a very scrappy Majesty looking for a kill. That's 3 dead for No Skill. And Ship of Theseus, if they want to go for a trip cap, this is the time, but clearly not comfortable with it. They're just going to slowly try and work themselves back in the game. They have to play perfect Halo, Monique.
I like that, though. I like that they're not trying to go for something that hasn't worked for them, and that C stronghold has been kind of a thorn in their side. So they're able to hold down B, where they B and A, where they were able to get some nice trade outs, get some nice kills, secure that. We will see how strong they're going to be, as we do have a player rotating towards the A. Taken down. Ooh, this might be difficult to hold in here. But final boss stuck top middle. What do you think?
Yeah,
Where do you
Ship
go
of
with your head?
Theseus needs to make a play here. They need to either commit to A or commit to C. It looks like they're committing to A. It's getting really scrappy in there, but they're living in A. 2 go dead for Ship of Theseus, and this could be your dagger. If they get the slay in A, that will be your game. Bryce comes out on top with the active camo. They made a play, and that's going to be your series going to No Skill All Will.
Yeah, it was interesting there at the end, too, because we saw them going towards B or A. It was the question of where they would go. The players off B rotating towards A, not checking some of those corners, able to get a back smack, and able to get that stronghold and secure a win for No Skill All Will.
Yeah, I think you saw Satsira had a great game, 24 and 13. Like we said, he's the X Factor, final boss, just doing his job. Pretty much everyone on the team just did their job. They had nice rotations, nice holds, nice setups, and ultimately, I think they had camouflage more often than not. And like I said, on with the new update, that's a massive, massive edge for whoever gets it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like looking at it, how would you say, before I say what I think, how would you feel being on a team where you have all four subs versus a team that, you know, unpracticed, I'd say is a good way of putting it, but I feel like both teams have to be pretty happy with how they played. We saw dominance out of both squads in the Slayer, respectively, and then in the Objective in the first game type. Game three, a little bit more scrappy, but I wouldn't be down on myself if I was on either of these two squads. What do you think, Dissector?
Yeah, the Minotaur definitely came out on top tonight, but it was a really valiant effort by Theseus. Winning a Slayer in that situation pretty difficult, and 250 to 169, not the worst score in the world. So I mean, something to build off of. They're gonna have to figure out their roster. Definitely some drama going on. We'll have to keep you guys updated with that. But four new players, we'll see what sticks, and it's just something to build off of for the rest of the season.
So we're spoiled in here as we do have another series. That's the beauty of Panda League, being able to have these teams playing, of course, and some new game types in store, new teams. What do you think? What are you thinking about our second series that's going to be underway shortly?
Yeah, our second series, I'm not sure who we're streaming, but we can get into the maps right here. It's going to be Strongholds Recharge, Slayer Solitude, and CTF Fortress. So no throwback maps, all maps that everyone should know pretty well. And we're definitely going to need to see how they perform. I think we're going to go into a small break right here while we wait for the next teams. But yeah, overall, I had a lot of fun casting that series, Monique. It was definitely our first game three in Panda League, so you love to see it.
Yeah, we do have some teams that we are familiar with. Undeniable and Anticipate the Rush are the two team names that I can see. So I'm excited to see how that's going to pan out for these two teams that are going to kick off their week two in Panda League.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We will be back soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back.